We are still looking forward.
I hope that you will have happy because I only have one slide.
Yes, please. Floor is yours with your
yeah. And after we have you have a lot of essay which is very interesting about the recruitment, about the selection. So you already have the best fit person. You already have a lot of excellent staff. So how can you keep them with yours forever? Yeah. That's why I chose this topic, and that is about motivating. However, I will focus on the little library, that on the academic university libraries, which is not have the human study pattern inside the library, like Idan already said about that. And I think that it has some critical issue when in a university library they don't have the human study pattern inside. And I will try to make some recommendations, some perspective in the view of digital environment.
Slideshow. 5 too.
Let's make it a slideshow. Slideshow.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And the content of my essay will have 3 parts. The first is that motivating the university library, there are a lot of factors which influence motivating the staff. Not only the staff in the library, but also the staff in other organizations, like business organizations. And the factors are finance, communication, and working environment. It's the fact that the staff working in the library, as well as other organizations, they have to work for the life. So they can also factors of finance I put in front. Sometimes the factors of finance will affect why they choose this job, why they like to work here. And the communication here is the communication between maybe the supervisors and the staff. And the communication between the staff to each other, and the working environment, which is also the culture of the organizations. And these factors will affect to the motivation of the university libraries. However, in the university library, which the human study pattern is not inside, there are some traditional critical issues that I figure out can make the factor which affects motivation difficulty. That is the first one, is the information gap. Why I say the information gap? Because actually the university libraries is an organization, a small organization in a big organization that is a university. And the structures of the university library sometimes is very big. It's a complete organization. It has the director and the technical section, the customer sessions, and but the human study department, which is outside of the university library, if they want to give the information to the staff which is in the university library, they will have to go through a lot of layers, and mostly through the director. And with a lot of layer of providing information can produce biased information. And also the library staff, it's a fact that they don't really want to contribute to the decision making, but they want to know the information directly, and not directly but correctly. So information gap happen if the human research department is outside the university library. And the second one is the communication gap. The communication gap is that the human research department, if it will be better if they are inside the library, their target staff is the library is only, not all the staff in the university. The staff in the university include the lecturers, both the lecturers, the administrative staff, but the librarians, they are not lecturers, they are not the administrative staff, so their requirement, the job description is different from others. However, the human research department in the university, they always treat them like they are lecturer or the administrative staff, but they don't have a specific motivation for them. And the unrecognized manner, that is the human resource department, they're outside the library and they don't really know what the librarians do. They think that the librarians just like administrative staff, they have served the student lecturers and they have an unrecognized manner, so they don't really focus on the motivation of the librarian staff only. That is the problem of the human resource department outside the library, because if the human resource department is inside the library, they will make all the policy or the strategy will focus on the librarian staff, and they know the librarians clearly so that they will have appropriate motivation policy. And in the digital environment issue, there are two issues that emerge from because of this digital environment. The first one is the virtual communication. That is the virtual communication here is that in the digital environment, the communication between the libraries and the customer. Here are the students, the lecturers, the administrative staff. And it will be difficult to appraise, to assess their contribution, to assess their job, so what they really do to the customers, because maybe, for example, the librarians, they can provide 24-hour support for the student. But how can the human resource department, which is outside the library, can know about that, can concentrate about that, and really appreciate their efforts, the effort of the librarians. And a new appearance of staff in the university libraries, the virtual staff. Many of you talk about the volunteer, that the virtual staff, they don't reside in the university library. They just mostly they communicate to the other staff and do the specific tasks that they are provided, and they have the virtual staff. And the factors affects them is different from the traditional staff. They are not affected by the finance, because most of them are the volunteers and they don't have the finance, and the working environment is different, because the traditional staff, they go to the university library, they have the relationship face-to-face with other staff, but the virtual staff, they have the virtual collaboration, and it will require a special motivation policy for the human resource department. But the human resource department outside the library, again, the library staff is just one of the targets staff that they need to provide the support. So it's going to be difficult to require them to focus on this stuff and make a special motivation policy. And how to overcome the issue? I just try to make some recommendations so that I hope that it can overcome the issue. The first one is in order to narrow the gap of information between the university library and the human resource department in host university, it's necessary to involve the library staff in the members of the university administrator. So that's all the information which the human resource department gives to the librarians will be directly transferred to the librarians, and I hope that is correctly. Because depending on the size of the library, there should be one or more staff of human resource management is postseason inside the libraries. And these staff will be the person who will get accurate and updated information of library, as well as assess more correctly staff work in library and deliver real information to human resource department of host university. And with the worker staff appearance, I hope that the human resource department should, together with the manager, to enforce the communication with them, either by periodical meeting